All right, good morning. Let's go over today's trade plan. So in the overnight session, we saw that for the most part, ES balanced within a range, finding responsive sellers above yesterday's high. And now heading into today, it is a day following a strong breakout, and the likely scenario is for ES to consolidate and more or less absorb yesterday's upside move. So that could mean pullbacks into support. It could also mean a push to new highs could still be in store for today. So the main idea on the day is going to be to look for long setups on pullbacks into support, and at the same time be open to short setups on pops into resistance. Now the pre-market resistance zone 87.5 to 89.5, I think that zone has high potential to hold ahead of the consumer sentiment report at 8:55 a.m. But after that, if we get a directional push, ES can push higher to 95 to 97.5, and then that's the zone where I would also expect responsive sellers to be active. It's a high odds zone to hold, at least on first test, and the zone has potential to even cap the upside on the day, and that's why first time up at 95 to 97.5. We will consider taking a short setup, targeting a pullback towards the 92 area at least on the first little rotation, and then eventually, back down into yesterday's range. And then on the downside, we have initial support 76.5 to 79. Now, if the market is truly strong, and yesterday's breakout is very valid, then that zone should provide a tradable reaction on first test. And if there's a lot of underlying strength, then the zone even has potential to cap the downside and actually shut off the selling. So that's something we'll have to gauge in real time. Now with yesterday's close being at 1685, internals could be a little bit negative when we head into initial support. The main thing is going to be to make sure that they're not overly negative. To the point where, it looks like it's pushing directionally to the downside. In the event that, we break below 76.5, then, we can expect buyers even at 71 to 73. And finally, 66 quarter, 68 quarter would be quite a steep pullback. That would be almost a 50% pullback. So that zone, again, has potential to cap the downside and shut off the selling. I'm not expecting it to go that low, but with the market being very news-driven and very much dependent on headlines out of the White House and the government, we have to be open to a directional move to either side. But on the upside, I think the upside now is limited. We've moved about 45, almost 50 points in just one session, and the likelihood of making another really wide range move to the upside is pretty slim. So and that's why we will look for short setups on pops and resistance, and at the same time, given yesterday's strong breakout to the upside, we can expect the long setups to provide edge as well. So that's going to be the main idea. It's also Friday, so we're not expecting a whole lot of movement today heading into the weekend. So, the long setups on pullbacks into support, short setups on pops into resistance, pre-market resistance only ahead of econ, unless, market moves much lower and then comes back into it. And those are going to be the main trade ideas on the day time frame.